And we are back with another episode of From the Rafters. Sam and I are here on Thursday, February 17th, after a long awaited break, I guess you could say. Last time we put out an episode was the deadline. Some stuff got in the way, people had things to do, classes, work, etc. Stuff happens, life. I mean, it is what
Jack
it is.
is
But
a busy man. He is in a relationship. Valentine's Day was an
Valentine's
event
Day.
for him.
Mhm.
So
Do you see my Celtics blog article
I
too?
did see it. I retweeted it.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought that was cool. That was a fun
That
one.
was nice. They had you do that, and it was well received. I was
Keith
looking at the
Keith
replies
tweeted
and
it
stuff.
too. I was
Yes.
very excited. A bunch of people, Keith, Bill, shout out everybody at Celtics blog. That was fun. But yeah, now All-Star break is here. Celtics were on a 9-game win streak, lost last night as we were recording this to the Pistons. We can start there. I mean, I was telling Sam before we started recording, I'm not putting too much stock in it. Yes, it sucks, but it had all the makings of a trap game. They definitely should have won. I'm not saying, it's an excusable loss. It was the Pistons, like you have to lose, but at the same time, it's hard for me to complain too much with how well they were playing before that loss. And it's just like, everything happens. Plus, the Pistons shot like 53% from three, which is like, I mean, come on. So that's my feeling on it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, of course they lost, right? They go out and beat Philly by 50, and then they come home to play Detroit, the worst team in the league, 29th in the league in 3-point shooting before that game, right around 30%. Of course, Detroit shoots 53%. It's really annoying to lose that game on a 9-game heater heading into the All-Star break too. Like, I'm pissed they lost for a couple of reasons. I'm pissed they obviously never like to see them lose. Second, that was a big game in terms of standings because I believe
Yep.
tonight, I think it's tonight, Philly and Milwaukee will play. So had they won yesterday, they would have a chance to really get close to Milwaukee or tie with Philly. Now they
And they'll
really
still be close. They'll
they'll
still be
still be
close, but
close, but it would be. I mean, it's just a missed opportunity when you're thinking about climbing the standings and how close everything is. All these games are real important right now. You don't want to fall back into the play-in. No interest in that, but
I
yeah,
don't think they're in too much danger of that. I don't think
we'll
they're very
see.
close to the play-in
We'll
anymore.
see. It depends how they hold up after the break. I will say, but before I move on to like a silver lining to it, that's a game. I don't really care that the Pistons shot 53%. They gave up like 20 offensive rebounds. Like, that's
Yeah,
bad.
that's
Bad,
tough as well.
bad, bad, bad. I'm not even mad about the blown lead as much in the fourth quarter because, like, yeah, they went up 8, and I
They
really
were
did think the
never
game
really
was
up,
over.
though. They were
Yeah,
never
like
really up.
that's the thing. Like, it wasn't like a game they were dominating, and then the wheels fall off. It was like, okay, they did put together that run to get space at the end, and they couldn't hold on, but there was some ridiculous things that had to happen for them to lose it. So I'm not mad about the blown lead. I'm more mad about the offensive rebounds because that was a glaring issue, and it was a
Mhm.
theme all season when they were struggling. So you just don't want to see them fall back into that. But I don't think that's what's happening.
And I will say, again, not an excuse. I'm not saying it's okay they lost. Not having Rob also hurts, right? Obviously, any game you're not having Robert Williams is going to hurt you on the glass. You look at that Hornets game a couple weeks ago that hurt them. Not having Rob hurts. Not having Marcus sucks too, but he's listed as doubtful against the Pistons, which is really good
That is a
considering.
positive considering what happened. Yeah, but it's the Pistons. You have Tatum Brown. You should win.
Of course, again, like I said, I'm not making
I
excuses.
don't want
I'm
to
just
hear
saying.
that excuse. I don't care. I don't want to hear there was a back to back. I don't care about that. They were up 50. Those guys had plenty of time to rest. Don't care. I just think they should have won. If you really want to spin it positively, like, this is one thing I'm trying to like think about just because I am not thrilled about it. But I think it's better for them to go in the break on a loss like that. They'll have some time to think about it, get fired up because they got to play Brooklyn after the break, and I'd imagine Simmons will play in that game. KD will be in that game. Well, actually, I don't know if KD will be in that game or not. But regardless, that's a game you need to win for that play-in area. You don't want to fall back in. So you need to be fired up for that one. Not that I don't think they would have been, but I also think Brooklyn's going to come to play considering that
Yeah.
Celtics gave them the work on national TV too. So they're going to remember that one.
Yeah, my thing with the Pistons game is, like you said, it's not really an excusable loss. You shouldn't lose that game no matter where you are, on a 9-game win streak and a 9-game lose streak, etc. But I don't want to let one bad game take away from the body of work they put in over the past 6 weeks, right? Because they've been an incredible team for the past 6 weeks. And like, if they had played this level out of the gates, people would be talking about the Celtics as championship contenders, like finals favorites even. Like, if you're playing that level of defense from the gate and consistently, you're going to be a favorite to win the NBA championship. And obviously you have to level it against how poorly they played to start the year, but you also can't discredit what they've done over the past month because of one stupid bad loss. Like, it is what it is. Every team loses those games, and obviously it hurts worse because this is like a reflection on how the Celtics played earlier in the season. But if you're looking at it from the body of 2022, which they've been great, every team has those losses. Like, every no matter who they are, maybe not the 10 loss Suns because they're an enigma this year, but like the Bucks have lost those games. The Bucks lost to the Blazers the other day. Obviously, Giannis was out, but again, you can't lose those games, right? The Warriors have lost those games. They've blown leads. Any team you can point to any team. I mean, the Heat have lost plenty, even with injuries, etc. People, teams have those bad losses, and I see a lot of people complaining about the final shot too. I don't have a
The
problem with
final
that
shot was
Tatum shot.
fine.
Tatum got open, and you take those shots from Tatum. Um,
Fine with that.
but it is what it is. I mean, they lost a game, but I still don't think that it's fair to detract from everything they've done. I tweeted out after the game. I said the worst part about this is you're going to have the Celtics quote unquote fans all over Twitter saying that nothing matters anymore. And I had a guy reply to me and saying, "Well, of course it matters. You have to talk about it. These are the same Celtics. They stink still." And I checked and it said 0 followers, 0 following. So I was like, okay, this is exactly what I was talking about when I tweeted this. So I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but we haven't recorded since the Celtics have kind of emerged as this behemoth with Derek White, especially. So let's talk a little bit of Derek White, I guess, and how you've seen him fit in with the Celtics so far. I mean, I liked it when it happened, but I know you weren't a fan of the
I was
trade
not
because you
thrilled. I
liked
like Jay
Eric's. But
Rich.
how do you feel now, though? I'll ask you that.
I think so I really kind of felt like they were similar players, and I felt like it was a lateral move heading into well, not heading in at the deadline when it happened when we were on stream. And I was not happy. But I like the way he's fit in. I mean, he fit in pretty much seamlessly, played pretty decent yesterday. Hasn't been very good from three. He did make a pretty big one yesterday, but before that, he'd missed a good amount in a row. His shot looks fine though. So it's weird. Like I don't get nervous when he shoots because he looks like he has a good form. Like he looks confident, shoots quick. It's not like somebody where let's think. I mean, I guess Marcus you can say, or like when Horford was really struggling.
Schroeder threes.
Schroeder.
Schroeder
Yeah, there
threes.
you go. Schroeder. Like those kind of things. Like it's not you don't feel like they shouldn't be shooting. He's played well, giving you good energy off the bench. I was surprised that you could notice the dip in energy against the Pistons yesterday with Marcus out. I thought White might be able to fill that. Like it felt like losing Marcus in that Sixers game was not going to be as bad because Derek White would be there to back him up, you know. But they lost. It is what it is. But White has been fine. I
Yeah, and
like the way he
it wasn't
fits.
White's fault. I still think he
No, it
played
wasn't
well,
White's fault.
but it's a mix of everything. I really like Derek White. I think obviously you pointed it out because I said it. I said you don't really notice the missed threes because they're winning games, and you noticed it a little more yesterday because they lost. But even in the grand scheme of things, I think you have to weigh it against everything else he brings. And even yesterday, he didn't shoot well from three, and you saw it a little bit. But the grand story was, yeah, White, kind of was the glue guy, and he did everything. He played the Marcus Smart role, so I don't see it as much of an issue. It is what it is. I mean, like we said, the Pistons loss is the Pistons loss. It sucks we didn't record during that, hot streak so we could get hyped. And that, of course, as soon as
I
we
would have been
record, they lose a
on the
game.
Kool-Aid, especially to me, that Hawks win was a really big win because they fell flat out of the gates. They were awful, chucking threes. Everything that I was complaining about early in the year when they were struggling went down 10 going into the half. Then they come out, kick some ass that whole second half, defend Trae Young really well, where they were struggling in the first half. They were even, it felt like the first game of the season when they were switching, when it didn't make sense to switch. Like they were just picking up
Yeah.
with the big guy on the little guy, and they were giving them the easy switches like they did in the playoffs last year against Brooklyn, where Rob Williams would end up on Kyrie on the perimeter. Like it wouldn't make any sense. You were seeing all of that in the second half. They really turned up. Tatum played really well. Derek White had himself a great game too. Who else was
Mhm.
really? Jalen even got his head out of his ass for a little bit
Marcus played
there.
really well that game, didn't he?
I think so. I mean, Marcus has really been playing great.
Everett. Well, that's the thing over the past run for me, at least. Obviously, Tatum and Brown are going to give you 25, but it's really like outside of that, it's a well-rounded effort, right? Because the Celtics aren't going to win games with their offense; they win it by their defense, and defense takes it, the whole farm. So that's
And
what it says to me.
Al Horford also deserves a big shout
Yes.
because he's been much better lately. He's been knocking down the threes. He had been struggling. We had talked about it. Should he be shooting threes anymore? Should he not be shooting threes? He has figured it out. I don't know. I
He
kept
had a
saying
big one.
I'm not buying into him not making threes. Like, I just don't think shooting, especially the way he shoots, Jack, he doesn't even jump. He has a set shot. It's not like he's using his legs a whole lot, but he he has found his stroke a little bit. He's looking confident. And I think it might have been the Hawks game. He literally hit like a three on a break. Like, he was running the floor. Someone hit him with a pass and he just stepped in and made it. It was unreal. I was like,
He hit a
I
big one against the Pistons too. He hit a big one.
he
It
did.
didn't
Yeah,
end up
he hit the one to
mattering.
put him up in crunch time. Jesus.
Also, random, and I mean not random, it's about the game. Jeremy Grant made a really hard shot, right? Like, they
No,
played
he did.
really good defense, so
They played
I guess
they didn't screw up really in the closing minutes. It was really
yeah.
they screwed themselves because they gave up offensive rebounds. Sadiq May made a prayer three, and Cade Cunningham got
Yep.
away with a travel. So
And
I mean,
Kelly was
those
making everything too. Fucking Kelly.
Well, good on Kelly. You can't get too mad
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that.
It was frustrating. Like I said, the Pistons were just making like, and you're talking
And the
about the
Pistons
Pistons made
came to play
everything.
yesterday, and the Celtics
They
didn't.
did. They
The
did.
offensive rebound numbers will tell you that they were busting their ass. They didn't give up. They went down 8. Really thought a team, whatever they are. I think they have double digit wins now if they didn't before. Um,
That was
Barely.
their 13th win, I think.
13th win. Okay. Well, you really think they would have laid down after going down 8 or however many they were down in the fourth. My man Grant was pulling threes like nothing. It was fire.
Oh, I
Did
love
not bet
me.
on him yesterday because they have caught on. The odds are no longer favorable. But
Mhm.
I do love Grant. Love seeing him knock down those threes. He was fired up yesterday.
I love me Grant Williams. And Cade Cunningham looks really good too. He looks like he's gonna be a really good player one day.
He
He's
made some tough shots.
yeah.
Missed a lot around the rim though. That was one thing I was like, wow, he's missing a lot
Yeah.
of those layups.
Also, shout out Daniel Tice. Tice is
Tice
back,
is
man.
fire.
Tice is great.
We need to go. I need to someone. I'll probably do it. I'll like go on YouTube on my iPad and find when we found out and make that a GIF per Timmy G's request there. But that was a insane reaction from all three of us. It's great to have Tice back. He played really well against Philadelphia. I think he had 4 blocks, 9 rebounds, made it 3. Of course, 5 fouls. But he has been a great addition to the lineup. You can sit Horford down. You don't have to have one of him or Rob on the floor at all times anymore. These guys are getting more rest. You'll see Horford's legs be a little bit more reliable for threes. I mean, you've seen him. What was he? 8 of 10 yesterday. He had a monster game.
Who
9 of
was this,
11
Al?
probably. Al.
Ah,
He was really
gosh.
great. But
Let me look. I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe you.
I am pumped that he is looking much better because at the beginning of the year he was so great. He fell off a little bit, but I think Horford's someone that can be important to them if they're going to be successful at the end of the season here. And I
Yeah, he
also want to say, going back to before we got into the Derek White chatter, you were talking about the beginning of the season versus now and how if they had started like this, people would be saying they were going to win a championship, whatever. But it kind of water has found its level is really what
yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah.
kind of saying. I feel like that might not necessarily be the case because this team itself has had to grow throughout the season. Like, it's like a
Yeah.
work in progress with a new coach, some new role players, even though I don't think they should have struggled like they did, but they did, and they've improved. So that is a positive. They are closer to the team that they have showed us they are over the past month and a half than the team that started the season. That bad team probably is no more.
I mean, was I not saying we need to give Udoka time because he's a rookie head coach literally all season? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I said that the whole year.
people that were quick to blame the coach I just didn't get it. I wasn't going to blame him, but at the time, I think what I was saying was he's not hurting, but he's not helping yet. But they have clicked. But you cannot. I think blaming the coach is lame. 90% of the time, it's incorrect, especially with this team who we saw last season was doing the same thing. And then he comes in and the same thing was continuing. It's not his fault. It's not Brad's fault. It's the guys on the floor.
And I think he deserves a lot of credit for the turnaround too, right? Like, they're playing a very different brand of defensive basketball than they have in a long time. They've been good defensive teams, and they've had good defensive players, but now they're a good defensive unit, if that makes sense, right? Like the schemes Udoka is putting on the floor are working. They're still switching a lot, but they're only switching when it's best for them. They're not playing Rob on the center. They're playing him on the weak side so he can help getting blocks and helping on the drive. They're doing all these little things and they're really working. Tatum, you saw Tatum guard Trae Young. Like
Yeah,
that wasn't
Tatum,
Udoka, but they put
Tatum
him
was
in the
really
spot
good.
where he's able to do it. I'm just saying, like, Udoka deserves a lot of credit for the defensive scheme that's being put in place. And you're seeing the offense work. Obviously, they're not hitting the shots still, but now that the defense has come along, it doesn't matter as much. So I think I really like what Udoka has done. And I think he deserves a lot more credit than people are giving him.
If they continue to play well, he's gonna start getting credit. I've seen Udoka praise on Twitter recently, which is not something I had seen very much of heading up to this point. I'm glad it seems like the players like him. He is someone that was critical of them. And I believe Tatum was someone that said he likes being coached, harder. So this has probably worked for him. He doesn't sugarcoat things. And I guess it's just a different atmosphere in the locker room than it was with Brad Stevens.
Mhm.
I still think Stevens is a phenomenal coach. Like they had great success when he was here. Never really got over the finals hump, but they had some incredible runs. Very fun team to watch. And I still don't think it was his fault, but I'm very happy that the defense is shaping up the way it is with Udoka at the helm. You said all those little things they're doing to just make it a little bit easier for them to defend. And the numbers aren't lying. They are like at the top of all these categories in 2022, the new year.
Mhm. And even on the season, they're the second best defense in the league, like even
Yeah.
as a whole, which is incredible
Well,
that
the
they've.
defense really never was the problem.
But
There
it was
was a
never this good.
stretch.
It was never this good.
It was never this good, but there was a stretch where it was bad. Like, oh man, they were giving up a bunch of points to teams, but they were winning. And then they stopped. The offense wasn't consistent enough for that to be enough. So they started losing and everyone was pissed. But they have figured it out. Even yesterday, they only gave up 100. Well, they gave 112 in regulation. It's not great. But before that, they had been holding teams under 100 like it was nothing.
Yeah, before that game, they held their opponent to under 100 in 9 of their last 12. And in 4 of those, it was under 90. So they were playing ridiculous defense, and they still have the ability to. Obviously, a bunch of factors hurt them last night. Not having Smart and Rob hurt, and not bringing the energy because it's right before the break. Pistons deciding to play like the 2003 Pistons also didn't help. It just a whole combination of factors. And I will say the fact that they played that poorly, and a lot of people will admit they played poorly, and they were still only within a point. Obviously, it's the Pistons, but the fact, it is what it is, right? Like I said, it just comes back to I'm going to take the loss with a grain of salt. Yes, it sucks, but they weren't going to win out the rest of the season. So it is what it is.
Oh, they
It's
should.
fine.
They should
And
win
hey,
every game.
and it gives them time now, like you said earlier, to reflect on it, right? It would have been great to go
Yeah.
into the break with a high, but now they're gonna, be thinking like, "Oh, damn, we need to get our ass together for the rest of the
Yeah.
season."
I think that's one thing that you can take out of it. The way this team has been, had they beat Detroit yesterday, they might have come out flat. I mean, they still might come out flat, but I feel like it would be more likely that they might come out flat a week from today against Brooklyn, which is a big game for them, considering where everyone is in the standings. I mean, just without Brooklyn being in the equation at all, it's still big. They need to win for the teams above, but Brooklyn's somewhat close to them. I think it's 2.5 games they are.
Four and a
Separate.
half.
Oh, it's 4.5?
4.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it was
Well,
that. It's still important.
Celtics are only half a game up on Toronto for the 7 seed, so that 7 seed is going to be a thing to avoid. But yeah, after that, they're 4.5 games, or I'm sorry, no, it's 2 games. Sorry, they're 4.5 games up on the Hornets. I was reading wrong. They're 2 games up on the Nets, 4.5 games up on the Hornets. So you were right. It's 2 games up on the Nets. My bad. Misread the table there.
Okay. Well, yeah, you got to be careful.
Regardless,
You don't want to fall back into that play-in. It was really tough for them to get out above Toronto. Toronto has a weak schedule from what I remember looking at too. I think they play again today. Uh-oh.
Let me take a look. I'll take a peek. The Toronto Raptors play. Nope, that was their last game before the break. But
okay, well that's good.
After the break, they have Hornets, Hawks, then they have the Nets twice. So hopefully the Nets come to play against the Raptors.
Well, regardless, those 2 games, one of them's got to lose, so the Celtics won't be plummeting. But you want to keep yourself out of the play-in. I don't know who's third right now. Might be Cleveland, might not be, but that's a 6. 6 isn't the worst spot to be.
Milwaukee's third right now.
Oh, well, maybe it is not a great place to be. Even though this, I was saying it to Tim on the pregame, and we were talking with the chat yesterday. I really, and I'm probably wrong just because Giannis is so dominant. Obviously, that's why they won. But the Celtics literally have been fantastic against Milwaukee over the last, since they lost to them in the playoffs, they have really had their number. They have played really good basketball against the Bucks.
They guard them really well. They have good answers. They're a good defense, and I don't want to say they can stop Giannis, but they can slow him down. That's always the key with players like that. So I don't know, man. Is there anybody you don't want to see in the playoffs? Like first round matchup, what's a
Brooklyn.
nightmare for you? That's it.
I don't want to play against KD. I'm not sure about Philly because you haven't seen Philly how they're going to look in the playoffs yet. It's great. They steamrolled them the other day, and they absolutely should have. And they have played Philly really well this season. They beat him the first time. Should have beat him the second time. Blew a lead, and Cantor was guarding Embiid for almost the whole game. Played really poorly in Philly the first time they didn't come to play. Remember that one? And then obviously they beat him the other day. But I would have liked to see a measuring stick game. How do they match up with Harden? We haven't even seen that team play yet, never mind against the Celtics. So it's tough to say right now if I'd want to play them. Wouldn't mind facing Chicago or Cleveland. Who else is there that I'm forgetting?
I do not want to play Miami. I want
Miami. No. Well, they still have to play Miami at least one more time this season. I don't know how many times left. We'll see.
I think once.
They beat them. They beat them real bad when they were at full strength in Miami already this season. And
still,
when they play them again, it will be at the Garden because they're done playing in Florida this year.
Out of anybody in the East, though, they scare me the most.
No, Miami is a fantastic team, and I wish they had been healthy the last time the two played, so you really would have more of a sample size. We'll have to see. I don't know. Yeah. I'll feel better after I see another game against them.
Outside of Miami, because I don't realistically think the Celtics will get the Nets in the first round of the playoffs. I don't think it would end up being that way in the seeding. There's a chance, maybe 4-5, but if the Celtics for some reason do end up in the play-in, I don't think it would be because they're playing bad. I think it would be because, they lose a couple games and the Raptors just play insane, right? Like that would be the worst case scenario. At that point, my nightmare is the Hawks. And I know they just beat the Hawks, but I want no part of the Hawks to play in.
Agree. Completely agree. I mean, even for 2.5 games, they gave them hell. And then the Celtics turned up in the second half and beat them.
Yeah.
But it was looking like it was going to be the same story, right? They got down 15 in that game on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. It was rough. My thing is the East is so wide open this year. There's no clear favorite. Like Miami is my favorite personally, but I mean the Bucks swept them last year, right? The Cavs are hungry. The Bulls look good. The Nets aren't fully healthy. The Sixers need their team. The Raptors and Nick Nurse are great. And I put the Celtics and the Raptors on the same level. And that's not a knock on the Celtics. That's, a big praise for the Raptors because I think the Celtics are really good on that end. But it's tough, man. There's going to be the Eastern Conference playoffs for a basketball fan. Sam, I know you usually only watch the Celtics. It is what it is, but it's going to be fun basketball all around. Like any of these matchups are going to be great.
If Philly gets to play Brooklyn, I will pay attention.
That
I will say. Usually, if the Celtics lose, I F off, and that's it for me. I go and watch Netflix and enjoy my off season, and I still pay attention. I know what's going on, but I really couldn't care less as long as LeBron's not about to win. Or last year, I don't think I wanted Philly to win either. I was happy when they lost. In Brooklyn, I was happy when they lost.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I usually just end up rooting against teams. I don't really care who wins per se, as long as it's not anybody I don't like.
My dream matchups in the playoffs. I want to see Philly play Brooklyn. Obviously, that's clear. I think Toronto versus Miami would be really fun because of Lowry. I just think that'd be a fun dynamic, and I think the two teams would probably match up pretty well because they had a triple overtime game earlier this season. I think that'd be a really fun series, really gritty. I think the Hawks versus anybody would be really fun just because Trae Young is exciting.
The Hawks are just fun. Let's calm down a minute there. We don't want to say just anybody. We gotta maybe not the Celtics.
I'll go Hawks Cavs just because two young teams. I think that'd be really fun to watch. Cavs. I'd like to see Celtics Bucks. I think that'd be really fun. I think the Celtics would have a good chance. That'd be a good series.
And if they beat Milwaukee, like if they managed to do it, people would have to respect them. They'd be like, "Wow, like that's a good win. They beat the reigning champs, whatever." Mm-hmm. And we're talking like this, and then they'd get swept.
And then I don't really care who the Bulls play. The Bulls are just it's what it
See if
is.
the Bulls are even healthy, man. Tim and I were talking
Yeah.
about this on the pregame yesterday. Zach LaVine, more like Kemba Walker, heading into the All-Star game with that knee, and they're teasing that he's
Yep.
going to play. If I'm Chicago, I'm nibbing that in the bud. No, you are not playing. You're
I
not
agree.
playing. I don't care. First of all, the All-Star game is meaningless. Second, you literally have an example 2 years ago that you can look at and say, "Hey, look at this." Levine is somebody that relies on his athleticism. That's one of his better strengths. He's a good shooter too, but he's extremely athletic, which is something that kind of separates him from some other players. You can't be screwing around with a knee injury.
I agree. How far we've come from Levine sucks, Sam. We've made progress here.
Well, it's only been a year. We'll see. But he has been a good player on this team that is a good team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't move my my measuring sticks. I stay consistent. I say if you're not winning,
I'm aware.
you start winning,
I'm
you
aware.
get some respect. I don't
Yes, sir.
empty stats mean nothing to me. Look at Beal. Couldn't care less for him.
NBA All-Star weekend is this weekend as we're recording this. I mean, you guys are hearing it on Friday, so it's still this weekend. But any events you're looking forward to, Sam, or do you not usually tune in?
I will say this. I like the skills challenge. I like the skills challenge, and I used to
You're
like
the only person.
I know. I like the skills challenge, and I used to like the shooting stars. I don't care for the dunk contest. I think that sucks. I mean, the 3-point thing is. I don't care for much of it. I'm lame. I don't care for All Star Weekend really. It used
Also,
to be
they
more
changed
fun.
the skills challenge, Sam. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they keep changing stuff. That's the problem. They need to stop screwing with things. Like if it ain't, especially a dunk contest, like they were screwing with that for a while. Like stop
Well,
messing with the rules.
let me read to you the new formatted skills challenge, right?
It's like teams.
It is teams. Round one, all players from each team will participate individually with their two teammates rebounding. Each player has 30 seconds to shoot from 5 different spots on the court, ranging 10 to 30 feet. Players cannot repeat the same shot.
So that
Shots
is the
made from each
shooting stars.
location,
Okay.
blah, blah. Yep. Individual player scores. Team with the highest score will win round one and earn 100 points. Round two is passing. All players in the team will participate together. Each team will have 30 seconds to complete passes into 3 oversized targets, blah, blah, blah. Round three is team relay. All players from each team will participate in a timed relay. Players must complete the course. Wow. Which has 5 skills in the following order: throw an outlet pass to moving target, 2, dribble down the court through moving pylons, 3, make a short shot in the lane, 4, make a 3-pointer from the corner against an automated defender, and 5, dribble to the opposite goal, make a basket. And then final round is the half court shot. The 2 teams advance.
The half
Uh,
court shot is going to be
yeah,
fire. I
teams
love
will.
the half court shots.
Yep. In the team that makes a half court shot in the fastest time will win the challenge. In the case of a tie, the 2 teams will repeat that final round. Do you want to know the teams, Sam? Because the teams are actually pretty fun. And
There's Giannis and his brothers.
Yep.
There's rookies. Giddy. Is Mobley in it?
It's Mobley's in it, but he's with Cavs. So it's Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. The Cavs are competing together.
That's so weird. Like, whatever.
The Giannis,
Giannis. Giddy is in it.
Thanasis and Alex, and then it's Giddy, Cade, and Scotty. So it's 3 rooks.
And then there's the G League team. There's like a
I only
fourth.
see 3 teams. I didn't know there were 4 teams.
I think there's like one
Excuse me.
that's like 3 G League kids on the like the instead of going to college thing. Ignite.
No. I think that's for the Rising Stars. No?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. They're screwing with all the rules. I don't know what's going on. They should have an
That sounds
event.
fun, though. That sounds fun, though. The skills challenge sounds like it'll be fun.
It's interesting. I love the half court shot thing. I think they should do like half court shots, but they should do it like penalty kicks and like they have to match each other.
Yeah.
Or like they should maybe not half court shots, but like deep threes or something like that. Like shots
Yeah.
that like Curry will make and Lillard, like those guys, that would be fun instead of the 3-point shootout. I think that's lame too. They put up like you can pick your own money rack now. It's stupid.
I don't mind it. I mean, I have fun. I like the dunk contest. I like it all. I just do it for the entertainment.
The dunk contest is stupid too because I think it was 2 years ago they had the dunk contest, and I remember watching and like Pat Connaughton did a dunk, and like he made it on the first time, and he got like whatever, and then whoever it was, like probably Aaron Gordon, he was in it, he did a dunk and like he missed, and then he did it like the second or third try, and like they gave him a 50. Like if you miss dunks, you shouldn't get the full score. That's like part
Yeah,
of it. If you know you can just miss, there's no reason to be safe. Like, like you have to there's less skill in it.
I
Says
know
the
what you're
guy
saying.
that can't dunk a basketball. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's lame. Plus, let's see who's it. Toppin. Who else is in it this year?
Jalen
Don't tell me.
Green.
Jalen Green would
Sorry.
be. There's actually like good people in it this year. Jalen Green is a good one. Toppin is a good one. There's one dude that's a big guy, right?
Kind of,
No.
not really. He's a forward. Cole Anthony for the
Oh,
Magic
yep.
is in it, and then Juan Toscano Anderson for the Warriors. He's in it too.
Okay. Well, Jalen Green's a good name. Anthony's a good name. Toppin's whatever, and Toscano Anderson. Like I know who he is, but it's like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like it's cool. It was cool like when Dwight Howard was doing it and he was like a star. Like nobody that like actually like cares usually does these things. Like or not cares. Nobody that people really care to see. Jalen
I
Green's going to
mean,
be very fun to watch though.
he'll be super fun. He's a very fun person. The NBA dunk contest was at its peak in 2016. That Levine
The
versus
Levine and
Gordon
Aaron
dunk
Gordon
contest.
one.
I mean, you just can't beat that, right? Like that was top tier. That was top tier. So it is what it is from there. Do you like the actual All Star game? Or are you not a fan?
I like it better that they do the
The new
points.
scoring.
What
Yeah,
are they
that's
doing now? They're doing something. Are they going to have the rising stars play in between quarters?
no, no, no. I'm pretty sure the Rising Stars. I don't know the timing of it. I know the Rising. If you're talking about the format change, they're doing a tournament. It's just round robin. They're basically doing. They split up the Rising Stars pool into 4 7-player teams. They had 4 players of the NBA 75 team, so like the legends. I forget who they were. Draft teams, and they're just gonna play each other. So like 2 teams will play, 2 teams will play, and then the 2 winners will play, and that's the Rising Stars. Which I mean, if anything, it's better entertainment because nobody really cares if it's just one game. But a tournament style game will be more fun to watch. So shout out that at the very least.
Wonder if you can bet on it. No, because if you can bet on it, like people actually care. I don't.
Yeah,
I find it hard to watch basketball when I don't have a dog in the race. I still appreciate like good play. Like I can watch like a competitive game and enjoy it, but like when it's not the Celtics, I'm not going to sit and watch it.
I mean, I think I forgot if I said this on the broadcast. Maybe you weren't there. I the other day I chose to watch Blazers Bucks a replay of the game for fun because I wanted to watch Josh Hart and Justice Winslow play basketball. So we
Yeah,
are
I
not the
can't do
same.
that. We are not. Well, that's what makes our show interesting because you can't have two of the same guys talking. It's no fun.
Yeah, there you go. Um, what else is there to even talk about? I mean, I'm kind of running out of things. This
I
might
would
be
have
end up
loved to
being
see
a
Time
shorter
Lord do the
episode.
dunk contest.
Yeah, my thing is with
I
Time
don't want him to
Lord,
hurt himself.
I don't think he'd be able to do that many different dunks.
What do you mean? He can jump for like he could be in the air for as long as you like.
But do you think you like between the leg stuff? I don't know if that's Time Lord.
The point the what makes it like so they can do the crazy dunks is not so much it's really about dudes that can jump the highest because longer in the
Yeah, it's also
air.
about coordination though, and I love Time
Well,
Lord,
that's
but
fair. That is fair. But he could do some crazy stuff.
you
Like
know who I'd want to
he could
see?
do the 12-foot dunk.
I want Javante Green in the dunk contest right
Javante
back.
Green would be a perfect person for the dunk
Fire,
contest.
so good. That'd be yeah. Past that, I can't think of anybody else. I mean, Jalen Green's good. They nailed
Pritchard.
that. Shut the fuck up. Jalen Brown would be fun, but I don't think
Jalen
he'd
would
ever
be
do it.
good. I don't think Tatum could do it. I don't think Tatum can jump that high
No,
compared to
I
these
don't
other
think he'd do
guys.
it. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, Jalen and Rob would probably be the top choices. Neesmith would be fun, but just because he'd just dive and hurt himself. But that's about
They
it.
should have like a dive. They should they should have like a jail ball tournament where they put the ball at half court and they have to run out and like dive on the floor to get it, and then they play one on one. And it's like all
So
these dudes like Marcus and Pat
Patrick
Bev,
Beverly,
uh,
Neesmith,
Neesmith.
Facundo Campazzo.
Yeah. Oh man, he's the worst. F that guy. After I was watching that game on Friday, I was so sick of him. But that's good for. That means like Jimmy Butler would be great for that.
Yep, yep. PJ
Uh,
Tucker, you throw
PJ
him in there.
Tucker. Oh man, let's go. I mean, of course, LeBron, very big
Hmm.
hustle guy. Uh,
Throw Jared Vanderbilt out in Minnesota. He'd be good for that.
yeah. Man, there's some scrappers around. I can't think of people right now. I kind of feel like Bridges would be good for that, and Charlotte.
Which
He's a real
one?
pimp.
Miles? Yeah.
Miles Bridges.
Miles is good. It'll be fun. I mean, it would definitely be interesting. I don't think they'd ever do it because people would get injured. But
No, yeah, you don't want people getting hurt. I do think they should do a one-on-one tournament though, like King of the Court.
yes, that
They
would be
should do
very
that.
fun. That would be very cool. That'd be
They,
very
they
cool.
need to do stuff like where maybe like do that instead of a skills challenge. To be honest with you,
Or just do it. Like just
I
don't
do like
replace
the
it.
head-to-head stuff. Like I like
You know what?
the
Do that
Right.
instead of the fucking celebrity game. I'm sorry, I don't care about the celebrity game.
I
don't
would
give a
care
shit.
if they actually had people like that were like interesting playing in it. It's just like Quavo and then a bunch of other people.
Jack Harlow's in it. He's cool. It used to be a lot better when they had like real celebrities.
Well, they
it
had
was
Kevin
good.
Hart do it.
He was great. Justin Bieber when he was in it was
The
fine.
guy from the White House that was nasty.
Let me take a look. Who?
They should.
Who are you
Well,
talking about?
what's his
The
name?
White House. I don't know. what you're
He
talking
was like in Obama's cabinet or something, and like he
Ah.
won the MVP.
Interesting. All right, here's the rosters for you.
Let's see how many of these people I know who they are.
Jimmy
it tally.
Allen.
I don't know who
clue
that is.
Noah Carlock.
Nope.
Brittany Elena sounds familiar, but I
Nope.
don't know. Machine Gun Kelly. Sure.
I know who he is.
I like Machine Gun Kelly. De'Erica Hamby.
Nope.
Nigel Houston. I know he's a skateboarder. I've heard the name.
Okay, I know who that is. Now that you said that, I do know who it is.
Yep. Matt James.
Nope.
Ranveer Singh. Nope.
No.
Alex Toussaint. Why does that name sound familiar? I know that name.
Well, another problem with this is they're just having like people from TikTok do it.
That is also true.
Like
Who's
I bet
Alex
half these
Toussaint?
people we don't know are from TikTok.
Yeah, Alex Toussaint is. Oh yeah, he's like a influencer. I think. Yeah, he's
An
some sort of-
influencer is not a celebrity. I'm sorry. The people they should have do these games should be talented. They
All right, let
shouldn't
me
just
see.
look nice.
Jimmy Allen is a country music singer. Okay,
Oh, well,
sure,
there you
that's
go.
fine.
Well, he's talented. There you go.
Yeah, Noah Carlock. I'm just gonna look up the names we don't know before I go on to the other team. Actually, no, I'll read the other team first.
Wait, we
Also,
already went
Anderson.
through a whole team.
That was one team. Anderson Varejao is the last person on that team, and that.
Well, we know who he is.
There's that. Anwell as in AA is his last name. Anwell AA. Sorry. Mayor Justin Bibb, who's the mayor.
That's
of Cleveland.
fire. The mayor's gonna play in the game. All right, I actually like that.
The mayor of Cleveland. Okay,
See,
maybe I was
that's
too harsh.
okay. That's like really funny, actually.
I was too harsh on the celebrity game. Maybe Kane Brown, who's a country singer. I do know him.
I don't
I do know Kane Brown. Miles Garrett, the
That I
Cleveland
know.
Browns
I know
guy.
he's gonna be the MVP.
That's very sick. Bobby Gibson, I do not know. Tiffany Haddish, I know who that is.
I know who she is. She's very funny.
Jack Harlow is in it as well.
Who
That'll
he
be
is.
fine. Krissa Jackson.
I don't
Nope.
know who that is.
Anjali Ranadive. Nope. And Gianmarco Tamberi. No clue.
They
All right,
should
let's-
literally just have like a bunch of athletes that aren't basketball players play. Well, Quavo's in it too. You didn't say him.
I did. I might have skipped over him. He was on the other team. Yeah, Quavo's in it. He's just a given though. He's whatever. Okay, Noah Carlock. Who are you? Noah
Dude, Miles
Carlock,
Garrett is gonna dominate that game.
NBA.
That's not
celebrity.
fair.
Oh,
Like they
yeah.
should have to have like another like dude on the other team that plays football or something.
Who? Oh, Noah Carlock, Fanatics All In Challenge winner. So he won a competition to be in the game. That's fine. All right, whatever. Let's see. Brittany Elena is a host, actress, athlete, and model. De'Erica Hamby is a Las Vegas Aces forward. All right, sorry, my bad. Noah Carlock won a competition. Nigel Houston is skateboarder. Matt James is the Bachelor. That's kind of funny. Fair
All
enough.
right, that is kind of funny.
Just threw the Bachelor.
Actually, he's
He might
the
be an
black
old
dude,
Bachelor,
right?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's old. I think
Okay,
it's season.
yeah, I
early.
remember seeing him in the ads. Well,
That's funny. I
Bachelor's
like
on our
that.
station, so I always see like ads for it.
I'll back that. That's funny. Ranveer Singh. I don't know. He says he's an actor. Let me look and see if I recognize him. I do not recognize him. He's an Indian actor known for his work. In
What's he
Hindi
in?
films. Indian films, like Hindi films. Nothing
What?
we would know. Yeah, it is. Alex Toussaint is a Peloton instructor.
Well, maybe he'll be able to compete with Miles Garrett then. Because
That's
no, he's
amazing.
probably in good shape.
Yeah, Annual AA is a rapper.
Okay.
A Puerto Rican rapper. Sure. All right, that's fine. Mayor of Cleveland. sick,
Mayor of
very
Cleveland
funny.
is fire. He gets to
Yep.
stay.
Oh,
After we
I'm
finish this,
stupid.
let's do like two teams of like people we would want to see.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm stupid. It's not Bobby Gibson. Booby Gibson, the Cavaliers legend. He's an old basketball player. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Krista Jackson is a Harlem Globetrotter. That's
Okay,
fine. I'll
that's
back it.
fine.
Anjali Randa V. I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering that. She is a singer songwriter. Sure. My bad. Didn't know that. And then Gianmarco Tamberi is an Olympic high jump champion. Okay, so the rosters aren't that
A
bad.
high
That's fine.
jump champion. Okay, there. See that now? Is he on the other team? Is he not on Miles Garrett's team?
No, he is on Miles Garrett's
He's
team.
on Miles Garrett's team.
Yeah, yeah. 6'3", 29 years old, Italian high jump champion.
Oh my god! Like, talk about stacking teams.
Wait. Let me look at this team. They also have Booby Gibson, the Cavaliers legend. They have the Harlem Globetrotter. They have a rapper. They have Jack Harlow and the mayor of Cleveland.
Mayor's
Oh,
gonna carry them. That's gonna be fire. He better win
so
MVP.
I know Machine Gun Kelly is really tall, though. I do know that. He's tiny. He's skinny as hell. But
Yeah,
I know he's like 6'7".
I might be more muscular than he is.
Matt James is a big dude too. The Bachelor. I know he's
Yeah.
big. So
Well, he must.
maybe
be,
he
he's
has a
on The
chance.
Bachelor.
All right. So who do you want? Who would you want to see in the game?
Should we do a draft? Like we draft like 7 dudes.
Sure.
Now, what do we want? Do we want it to be the best? Let's not do the best team.
Let's just do most fun. What would be the most?
Yeah, like what would I kind of think I would want to see like people that wouldn't be good, but like
Okay.
it would, like who they are.
So this is again for those listening. This is off the dome. We did not prepare for this. Do you want to do? How many do you want to do? 7, 5, full starting 5? Or?
Let's do 8.
Okay.
The good old Ime 8-man rotation.
Yes. Okay. Ideal celebrity. I'll write it down so I can read it out after.
And let's not do professional athletes.
Okay. Can we do former professional? Like no. Like, can I choose Olympians and stuff, or is it like no athletes whatsoever?
No athletes.
All right.
This should not be an athlete competition. This should be a game of a bunch of people that can't play basketball.
Okay. You can go first.
Oh man, who would I want to see? I think it would be really funny if like Bill Burr did the celebrity thing.
I know you like him, so
it would be so funny if he did it because he's definitely like horrible.
Yeah. Mine is maybe it's cheating because I know he can't play basketball, but I mean, I don't know how they haven't gotten Adam Sandler in the game yet.
Adam Sandler would be fire. Yes,
right?
That would be a great pick.
It's too obvious, right? They need to get him in there.
Yeah, that would be so great if they got Adam Sandler. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll let you go. It doesn't have to be a snake draft. We can just go back and forth because it's
I forfeited my first pick. Bill's not doing a damn thing. Right, let's see. Who's Adam Sandler was such a good pick, man.
Yeah.
This is harder than I thought. Now I want to pick somebody that might be able to compete.
Yeah, I kind of got you with Adam Sandler.
But Adam Sandler would be a great.
Yep.
Yes.
Stuck.
Snoop Dogg would be a good one. Like he's actually.
I think he's done it before. I think he's done it before.
He has done it before, but he would be a good person to have.
Do you want to go Snoop Dogg then?
I'll do Snoop Dogg. I got to think about my next pick.
All right, God, I'm struggling to think. I mean, you're gonna be mad because I know you love him, but I want Childish Gambino. I think he'd be fun to watch play basketball.
He would be fun to watch. I wonder if he's like actually like coordinated though.
No shot, but that would be hilarious.
That's my guy.
I'll throw it in there. Okay, it's you again. Let's see it.
This is tough. I would like to see Pete Davidson.
That's a good pick.
Pete Davidson is hilarious.
Pete Davidson's funny.
Pete Davidson getting a lot of hate.
Nah, well, a lot of threats, I would say, rather than hate.
Do people hate on Pete Davidson just to hate on him?
All right, my my third pick. I'm gonna go with Jack Black.
Jack Black would be fire.
Yeah,
Jack Black.
That'd be very fun for the celebrity game.
They should put. I'd like to see Ben Affleck do this celebrity game.
It's so random. Why?
First of all, Ben Affleck rules. And second, he did that movie where he was the washed up basketball dude. He coaches. It's a good movie. He's like an alcoholic dude trying to make his life better, and he coaches the team.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna take another guy that I think you would probably like to see. I'd like to see Tom Holland in the game. I think that
I was gonna pick him too. Yeah, Spider-Man would be very good.
That'd be a good one. Alrighty, it is your pick again.
What is this, 5? Has Drake done it?
Definitely. He definitely has
Are we
before.
sure? Has Drake done it? I don't know if
Let me
he's done
see.
it.
Drake in the celebrity NBA game. There's no shot. Drake in the celebrity
I
game.
mean, they had it in Toronto, but
I don't think
yes,
so.
he did. He did the Toronto one.
Okay.
I
Okay,
won't
there you
pick
go.
him because he's already done. I know Snoop Dogg's done it, but I was really struggling at the time.
Okay.
Who else would be good? The Affleck pick is a great pick.
All right. Yeah, that's
Um,
fair. That's fair.
um, oh man.
Oh, struggling.
Oh, I just had one. Let's put Kanye on the same team as Pete Davidson.
Jesus Christ. You're asking for trouble, man. Oh God. All right, Kanye West for you. Can I have a dual pick because they kind of go hand in hand?
Sure.
I want Wesley Snipes slash Woody Harrelson. I want both of them on the same
Okay,
team
that's good.
from White Man
White man
Can't Jump.
can't jump.
Yeah. Or
So now I have
yeah.
to take 2 picks.
If you would like to, yeah, you can. I'll allow it.
That's
I
a lot
just
of pressure.
I couldn't just take one of them, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
that's fair.
they have to be together, so I'll go with that.
And I don't want to pick anybody like old that wouldn't be able to play either.
Yeah, I feel. It's valid.
See, like we said, no athletes, but I would want Perk to be in it. But I'm not gonna. I'm not
I'll
cheap.
give you Perk if you would like him.
No,
I'll make an
no,
exception.
we
No?
can't.
Alright,
He's still
alright.
tall. He might not be in shape anymore, but he's still
I
tall.
got you. I got you. It's
Let's
fair.
do.
Hmm.
Oh man, I'm
Are we
so-
struggling here?
Should we do Marky
Struggling.
Mark? Put Marky Mark in there.
No, Mark Wahlberg.
I'm picking like Boston celebrities,
There you go.
local
Fair
celebrities.
enough. Alrighty. Give me Danny DeVito in my
Danny
house.
DeVito.
I mean, that just that would be absolutely phenomenal. I'd love to watch that. So I'll go with Danny DeVito in
It's a
my
good
game.
pick.
Thank you, thank you. That'd be fire.
I would.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. Let's see if I can't find a good list of people. Or like I'm gonna go on the hot ones thing and see.
Are you cheating here?
A little bit. I think Seth Rogen would be a good one. He'd be kind of
That's
fun.
a great
He's
pick.
definitely not in shape to play basketball, so that'd make it even better.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll go Serena Williams just for the sake of Serena Williams is amazing. I just like
She
Serena Williams.
well, she's an athlete. You cannot
Ah, fuck. I can't choose an athlete. That's lame. God, I'm not gonna pick her, but seeing Fergie play in an All-Star game after what she did to the anthem would be hilarious. Uh,
Oh man.
God, I don't know, man. Um, what about shit? This is tough. Give me I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I've been looking up things too. I've been cheating a little. Oh, Joe Pesci. I want Joe Pesci in the All-Star game. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Joe Pesci is.
I think yeah. I want Joe Pesci in my All-Star game. I looked up shortest celebrities. Man is 5'4", so I would
Really?
like
That's
Joe
it?
Pesci in the All-Star game. Yeah, give me Joe Pesci,
I'm
please.
taking Beetlejuice.
Oh Jesus Christ. That's a good pick though. Beetlejuice is funny.
How many apiece do we have?
That's your last one. That was
That's
great.
my last one. All right, Beetlejuice, the captain.
Oh, God, who do I go here? I don't even know. I'll put Zendaya on the same team as Tom Holland. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Go Zendaya. I'll keep it there. No, actually, can I put the Queen of England on my team? No, I want
Queen,
Michelle
she's
Obama. I
you
want
want
Michelle
Michelle
Obama.
Obama? Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. That'd be fire. That'd be fire. She was in the All-Star game. Give me Michelle Obama. All right, our teams. Your team. Bill Burr, Snoop Dogg, Pete Davidson, Ben Affleck, Kanye West, Mark Wahlberg, Seth
What a
Rogen, and
bunch.
Beetlejuice.
What
That's
a
your
bunch
celebrity
that
All-Star team.
is.
My All-Star
No,
team.
no, I don't want Beetlejuice. I want LeVar Ball.
Okay. I'll give you LeVar Ball instead. That's fire. How has he not done it yet?
They need LeVar.
My
Beetlejuice can be the
team.
coach. I don't think he's
All
physically
right.
inept to play.
My team is Adam Sandler, Childish Gambino, Jack Black, Tom Holland, Harrelson slash Wesley Snipes, Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci, Michelle Obama. That's my team. What a bunch. What a group.
LeVar Ball will dominate. Never
Wow.
lost.
Nah, Adam Sandler would cook.
No, that would
Let's
be a
be
fire
real.
matchup. LeVar Ball would
That'd be
actually be
very
getting
cool.
mad.
Imagine just watching. I would. You know what? I would pay to see that. I would pay to see LeVar Ball get cooked by Adam Sandler.
Adam
100%.
Sandler would be so great. That was a great first pick.
Thank you. Thank you. I had
I
to.
don't know how I didn't think of that. He's always playing against dudes.
I was considering J. Cole too, but he's played, and it's
He's
just like
played.
boring. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, we can wrap it up there. That was a nice way to
Yeah, we
end
can
the
wrap
show,
it
but
up.
yeah,
Enjoy the All-Star break, guys. Maybe we'll do an
yeah.
episode before we come back here, bring a guest on or something.
I'm
We'll
sure.
see.
I'm sure we will. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys can check me out on Twitter at ShaqSimoneNBA. And yeah, like I said, thank you for listening. Make sure to check out everything at banner10usa.com. And so yeah, Sam, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening or watching. You can always catch us on YouTube doing the pre-games on Guy Boston Sports. You can also watch our pods there. We've been putting them up. If you don't want to watch there, you can go to Bannertown on YouTube. We've got them up there too. Or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, make sure you subscribe and follow. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow me at Samuel Friends NBA. You can follow Jack at Jack Simone NBA. That's our show.